Since its introduction a few years back, the Ford Bronco is still making the headlines with its incredible off-road performance. So much so that some of the downsides of this model are pretty much ignored and future owners don't have a clue of what they can expect. While other buyers that are more informed ignore the Bronco, and this makes Ford lose a ton of sales. This is why we're here to simplify these problems of the Bronco and learn more about what you can expect. So stay with us while we cover the 8 shocking reasons why the new Ford Bronco is not selling. Number 8. Poor security. One of the biggest reasons why the Ford Bronco is not selling is definitely the poor security that you get with this model. What do we mean by that? Well, the cloth roof is poorly fitted, so much so that when you look at it from close, it almost looks ridiculous and not up for the price tag that you pay. Most importantly, this cloth top does not keep your Ford Bronco secure at all times. It's extremely easy for someone to break into your Bronco and steal your possessions. So what many owners face are stolen items from their Bronco when they park it on some parking lot without the cloth roof on. Not to mention that this type of roof is extremely easy to cut with a knife, and the burglar can easily get your precious cargo. This is why people avoid this model and instead get the hardtop. Although easy roof removal might sound attractive, the lack of security is a problem for many out there. If you don't want to get your items stolen or your Bronco stolen, you should opt for the hardtop model instead of the cloth top. Number 7. Poor ride quality. Now let's cover another reason why the Ford Bronco is not selling, and it's definitely the poor ride quality that this model delivers. Many of the buyers claim that this model drives pretty poorly. Driving it on the road is not that comfortable, especially if you have large wheels and tires. This is 100% correct. The downside with these types of vehicles is the fact that they drive badly on paved roads. They're made for the trails rather than for the regular roads. This is a common problem with the Bronco, Wrangler, or any other vehicle that uses wide, meaty tires. How you can fight this problem is by installing summer tires on your Ford Bronco. This way, you'll improve the ride quality and deliver a better on-road performance. But this will limit your off-road capabilities. This is why, if you're not prepared for this type of driving experience, you'll be better off purchasing a regular crossover SUV. For example, the Ford Bronco Sport model, which is a crossover version of the Bronco. This way, you can enjoy the best of both worlds, a higher ground clearance and good ride quality. Or try to deal with these compromises if you really want to purchase a Ford Bronco. Number 6. No manual transmission for the bigger engines. Having a manual transmission is definitely a must when it comes to off-road trucks. A manual transmission gives you the ability to control how much power you need when it comes to off-road rather than relying on the automatic transmission. What is sad about the Ford Bronco is the fact that you don't get the option to get a manual transmission with the more powerful engines. With these engines, you only get the 10-speed automatic as standard with no other options. The 7-speed manual is offered, but this transmission is available only with the 2.3-liter EcoBoost engine. This is a shame because the 2.7-liter and the 3-liter are the real engines that you need for off-roading. This makes a lot of the off-road enthusiasts go elsewhere. This is why the Ford Bronco sold fewer vehicles compared to the previous model years. So what we really hope is that Ford will bring the 7-speed manual to the 2.7-liter V6 and the 3.0-liter V6 EcoBoost engines. This will make these models so much more versatile and able to be even better off-roaders compared to the Jeep Wrangler. The Wrangler, although a very old model, easily beats the Bronco on many off-road tests, and the manual transmission is one of these reasons. That's why we strongly hope that Ford will make the manual available for the Ford Bronco Raptor and make the Bronco become the king of this off-road SUV segment once again, as in the glory days of the 60s and 70s. Number 5. Lack of a hybrid or electric powertrain. One of the biggest drawbacks of the Ford Bronco is definitely the lack of modern powertrains. Don't get us wrong, the EcoBoost engines are pretty good and powerful, but in this age, when the world is going towards hybridization and electrification, these engines are starting to look old and customers start to avoid the Bronco. Many competitor models are already starting to offer hybrids. For example, the Jeep Wrangler comes with the 4xe model, which is a plug-in hybrid, while the Mercedes G-Wagon from 2025 will come as a fully electric model. So not having a proper green model makes the Ford Bronco look very dated compared to these competitor models. The easiest thing that Ford can do in order to satisfy the need for a green model is to offer a plug-in hybrid model. Ford already has some hybrid powertrains that they can easily add to the Bronco lineup. For example, the 2.3 or 2.7-liter engines can easily be paired with an electric motor and a powerful battery to create something really special that will deliver excellent MPGs and a good EV range of at least 30 miles. A fully electric powertrain is also fairly easy to pull off since Ford already has these powertrains developed for the Ford F-150 Lightning and the Mustang Mach-E. It's really up to Ford in which route they will go and what the company will offer. We might see a hybrid, or we might even see a fully electric Bronco for the 2025 model year or beyond. Number 4. Poor fuel economy. Another downside of the lack of a proper modern hybrid or electric powertrain is the poor fuel economy. The Ford Bronco is not one of the most efficient vehicles that you can get right now on the market. The 2.3-liter EcoBoost engine, which is the entry-level engine, can only deliver up to 20 mpgs combined. The 2.7-liter EcoBoost is even worse, getting up to 18 mpgs combined. At the same time, the worst is the Bronco Raptor with the 3.0-liter EcoBoost engine that only delivers up to 15 mpg combined. All these numbers are pretty poor for 2024, and Ford has to change this in order not to lose sales. One of the ways for Ford to achieve this will be to add a hybrid powertrain. A hybrid powertrain can easily boost these numbers at least to 25 miles per gallon combined. This means that both the city and the highway fuel economy will be pretty much the same. This will result in plenty of money saved on fuel, as well as lower emissions and less pollution into the atmosphere. That's why we really hope that Ford will consider this, and in order not to lose sales, they'll offer a hybrid model for the 2025 model year and beyond. Number 3. Too much road noise. One big drawback that makes the Ford Bronco lose sales is definitely the road noise that by many is considered to be excessive. This problem is most common at highway speeds. So what's causing this problem? Well, the answer is simple. The Bronco has a drag coefficient as a brick. The Bronco has a ton of sharp angles that do not do a great job when it comes to tackling wind, so the consequence of this is the wind noise. This problem is most annoying while cruising on the highway. If you previously owned a car that did not have this issue, owning a Bronco will make you regret buying it. Another reason why there's plenty of noise is because of the poor insulation that's combined with the fabric top. The wind noise is excessive and over the top with the Ford Bronco. That's why people go elsewhere and purchase something different that is not so noisy. Number 2. Poor build quality. One of the biggest downsides of the Ford Bronco that makes this model lose a ton of sales is the poor build quality and craftsmanship that comes with it. We mentioned previously that this model has a very wobbly and poorly made removable cloth roof, but this is not all. The quality of materials inside of the cabin is rather poor, especially for the high price tag that this model is selling for. Not to mention the poor alignment of panels and other small imperfections that infuriates a ton of new buyers. Even after 3 years, Ford is not able to fix these issues and offer good quality for what the customer pays for. Number 1. High price tag. And the biggest deal breaker when it comes to the Ford Bronco is definitely its high price tag. This model is crazy expensive. The base model starts at $39,630. And this is a lot of money considering what you get. A 2-door with a cloth roof, cloth interior, and the smallest 2.3-liter engine. Not great. Just for reference, the Jeep Wrangler starts at $31,195. This model is basically on the same level as the Bronco and costs $8,000 less than the Bronco. So now you see what's causing Ford to lose plenty of sales here. Ford has to reduce the price and offer more value to customers.